Alright. Bring it back, Tyree. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. I'm abbreviating. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. That's all the acronym is. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. That's what the acronym means. SOH, CAH. And then TOA, tangent, is opposite over adjacent. Alright. Moving on down here, number 1 says give each trigonometric ratio as a fraction in the simplest form. So here they gave us all 3 sides, but they want us to write ratios based off what angles they call out and what trig function. So the first one is sine of angle A. If they say sine of angle A, what ratio would you write? 5 over 13, thank you. If you can't figure that out, you might want to think about it in your head. That's from angle A. Let me zoom out a little bit. Cosine of angle A. What would you write for cosine of angle A? 12 over 13. Tangent of angle A? 5 over 12. Now, I didn't reduce any of these because you can't reduce any of them. They're in simplest form, so we good. And then the next one, sine of angle C. I'll try again. Sine of angle C. No, man. Opposite over hypotenuse from angle C. 12 over 13. You said 3 different things all at once, bro. Alright, so cosine of angle C. Joade? Five over 13. And then the last one, tan of angle C. $12 over 5. Yeah, if they're doing the opposite angles afterwards, but yeah. All right. On number 2, I always wonder why we left that one side empty. I figured it out today. They wanted us to use Pythagorean to solve for this side first, but I'm not going to do that. That takes too long. Y'all know how to do Pythagorean. We don't need to teach y'all that. We should be teaching y'all trig. So this side over here, put 30 in. That's what's missing. All right. On number 2, let's set these up. We're going to have to reduce these, though, so let's get it. Sine of angle L. Yeah, should be 30 over 34, and then we can reduce that. Say it again. 15 over 17. You should all know that we could divide by 2. Yeah, no, you could divide by 2. The next one's cosine of angle L. Yeah. 16 and 34. It's 2 still, bro. 8 over 17. And then tan of angle L. Thank you, sir. 30 over 16. Reduce that. 15 over 8. Tan from angle L is opposite over adjacent. I explained that when we first started. We were supposed to do Pythagorean to solve for this missing side, but I don't want to waste that kind of time because I know y'all already know how to do Pythagorean theorem. So I don't want to teach you that right now. I just want to put that in so we can keep moving. They left that blank on the worksheet so y'all can have to do that, but I'm not about to do that. Let me just put 30 in for you. 30 would have been that missing side if we did Pythagorean theorem. If we did 16 squared plus b squared equals 34 squared and solved that out, dog, and took square root, we would have got 30. Sine of m, angle m, 16 over 34. You reduced that already? 8 over 17. Cosine. Oh, my bad. Cosine of angle m. You need to move out of the way. People about to come over there. No. Cosine of angle m. 30 over 34. Adjacent and hypotenuse. And be what? 15 over what? Oh, you talking about the last one? Oh, I need to reduce first. You didn't tell me that. Okay. And then tan, you say was what? I mean, yeah. Alright, so that's just simple. You just match it up and making ratios. On the back, that's what I'm really trying to get to. This is us solving for X and stuff. If you have your own calculator, make sure you have it out. If you need one of mine, you need to come over here and get it now. Don't make this a whole process. Send somebody to get some for you. I only have so many, so. That's why I told you just to get out the way.
I did not mean that.
Just get out the way. People going to be coming. Just get out the way, please. More people are coming. I'm going to start talking in 20 seconds. You better be quiet. Robert. Alright. The kids who use these first period, they pretty much made sure. Those who have their own calculator, I need you to make sure of this too. Before you start with trig, you should have been got up. Hurry up and go sit down, man. On your calculator, don't talk, just listen. And that's for any kind that you have. Make sure your calculator is in the right mode. Your calculator needs to be in degrees. It'll say DEG on it. On my calculator, it says it up here at the top next to 0. On the ones who have the scientific calculator like this, it says it kind of down here, closer to the bottom, it'll say DEG. It has to say DEG. If not, you're going to calculate the wrong numbers. Your numbers are going to be way off. Needs to be in degree. If it's not in the right mode and you need to change it, you look for that button on your calculator that says DRG. That's for degrees, radiant, and gradient. If you click on it, it'll give you options which mode to change into. You need to be in degree mode. You good? Yeah. All right, let's roll. Oh, mom back. Somebody let her in the door. All right. So here we're going to set up our triangles to solve for X. On these on the back, all these have missing sides. It's just missing sides we're working on today. I'll show you how to find angles later. All we're working on today is finding the missing side. Since I already taught you how to label, this part should be easy. Rick, I haven't called on you yet. Number 3, label this triangle for me. 19 is H. X is O. A is the blank side. Rick, based off what you just told me, which trig function would you use to solve this problem? You can use your foldable, man. Rick, yeah. Rick, let me ask you this question because I don't think y'all see it. The point of labeling is so you label, and when you label, you look. And you say, okay, what sides that I actually labeled actually have something on them? What two sides have something on them, Rick? H and O. There's only one trig function that uses H and O, bro. Sine. Alright? So we're going to use the sine function. I'm going to abbreviate too, because if you look at your calculator, it says SIN. That is sine. They just abbreviate it. Don't say sin. Kids love saying sin. I hate hearing that. It don't sound right. This is sine. It's just abbreviated. Sine. And if you look how we write the trig function, it's sine of whatever your degrees is. What degrees did they give us? 28 degrees equals, and then what goes over what? Opposite over hypotenuse. So what over what? X over 19. I want you to understand X will not always be on top. Just in this case it is. But you always, you just write it the way it's supposed to be written based on how you label. That's the point of labeling, so you can write your trig function correctly. This is your trig function written correctly. The function is sine of 28 degrees equals X over 19. To find X, it's just like any other equation that we do. We need to get X by itself first. On this one, it should be easy. How do I get X by itself? Huh? Not 19 over 19. This ain't no radical stuff, man. Huh? Just multiply by 19 on both sides. Multiply by 19 on this side. It's going to cancel that off the bottom. Other side, you're going to multiply by 19 as well. And then I'm going to rewrite it just so it'll look cleaner. 19 times sine of 28 degrees equals X. Alright, once I get to the point where I got X by itself, and maybe I shouldn't put that there. I should put a dot. I don't want y'all to mix that up with the variable X. Maybe put a dot for your multiplication. I don't want y'all to mix that with the variable X. So 19 times sine 28 degrees equals X. That's good. Now when I got it to that point, I'm ready to put it in the calculator. So I'm going to show y'all on the scientific one first, and I'm going to show you why you should have invested in getting one. And then I'm going to show you on mine and show you how to, there's two different ways you have to put it in. On the ones like this, where y'all can just like type a whole function or whatever in, those who've invested and bought their own calculator, you can just type it in the way it looks. It says 19 times sine 28 degrees. On your calculator, you can literally type in 19 times sine 28 degrees and close the parentheses equals, and it'll give you your length that says 8.919999, whatever. We're rounding to the nearest tenth anyway, so it's going to be 8.9. But for those like that, if you got my calculator, don't try nothing yet. You can't do it that way. But ease up. Pump those brakes. If you got my calculator, you got to put it in this way. Huh? No, you good. We'll come back and get one. And my calculator, for the one where X is on the top like this and you just multiplying, you gotta kind of have to write it in backwards. You gotta do 28 degrees. Hold on. 28 degrees. Get the sign of that. It's gonna give you a small decimal. Then after that, you're gonna, oh my goodness, next stuff. And I'm recording. It's screwing my video up. After that, you're going to multiply by 19. You kind of have to do it backwards. And then you'll get the same answer.